Welcome back, Portal Masters. STL Matt here with another live unboxing. Been on the road last week, had some not as high quality live streams coming from hotels and other people's houses and so on and so forth. But I am back home now and have my setup, my background, and hope everything works all right. Thankfully, the snowstorm that we're in the middle of right now hasn't gotten too bad yet, and it's not messing with my internet for the time being. So let's hope that holds up, and then dive into see what we got today. Um, Today's unboxing is going to be the remainder of what I picked up on the road as far as new in box figures go. So that was a big reason I went to pick up this lot was there's a lot of new in box stuff, and I didn't want that to be damaged in shipment. So I went and picked it up. It's what I do sometimes. In this case, I showed you, I don't know, 2 dozen or so figures that I picked up last week, Wednesday, while I was still on the road. That was the stream that came from the hotel room. But today, like I said, back home, and I can show you the big box that I didn't want to drag up from my car when I was at the hotel room. Gondo, welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm doing all right. Um, so unfortunately, one figure looks like did fall apart, whether in transit or beforehand or whatever. So not quite new in box. We have a Nitro Freeze Blade. You may see this auction as a damaged box figure, or who knows, maybe I'll just take it out of the box. We'll see how it goes. But Jillian, glad to have you. DJ, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, so I think just glancing at the box, this is the only one that got damaged, if you will. Like, I don't even recall if it was damaged previously. I'm guessing it wasn't, but yeah. So yeah, that was your Target exclusive Nitro figure. We'll set that one to the side and see what else we got in this box. All right. Just going into superchargers here, we have the Spring Ahead Dive Bomber. This is one I have not seen in box for quite some time. Like, I've seen a few of the other egg-shaped figures, but it's always been the figures or the minis or something like that. And I forgot how big these boxes are in superchargers. They still use the egg shape. They still had the spring edition up there. But yeah, like I said, these figures were well kept. This box in particular, though, does have a little bit of damage here. There was definitely a sticker up here, and they didn't do the best job taking it off. So there's still some sticker residue, and the box is torn a little bit there. But other than that, it's a nice looking box. All right, Brennan. Yes. How's the weather? It's cold. It's snowy. It's windy. Kind of sucks. Um, Between yesterday and today, we're supposed to get somewhere between 18 to 24 inches of snow in about 36 hours. The first wave of snow was actually pretty light. We maybe got 3 to 4 inches. They were predicting like 4 to 7. Um, so if that's any indication of what we get today, I don't know. Maybe today is going to be a lot worse, but they always seem to hype it up a little bit more. All right. Pizza rolls, pumpkin face, Eden, welcome, welcome, welcome. Chatterbug, yes, the trip is definitely over. I'm back here at home. You can tell. I have my home set up here. Eric, welcome. Glad to have you here. Gamer bread, you feel like you're in a tornado? Why is that? Just really windy there, or what's going on? Yeah, Brennan, 84 and sunny in Orlando. I'll be coming back in a few months. That's for sure. But not today. Not today. Toon Grump, welcome. All right. Yeah, everybody else's weather is much better than mine. I'd be surprised if you could beat my weather right now. What else we got here? Speaking of smaller egg containers, we do have a Power Punch Pet Vac. Just realized these are really hard to show off on camera because of the rounded case. It always gives me some reflection. But yeah, Power Punch Pet Vac in the box there. The bottom corners are a little bent up there, but otherwise, once again, like I said, in nice shape. Nice shape. Especially for these egg containers. I always feel those fell apart easier than the other ones. All right, now we're getting the people in here. Chaotic, Blue Bunny, welcome, welcome. David, welcome. Ooh. David, up the road in Cornell, waiting on wave 2. Yeah. They've been announcing this as wave 1, wave 2. It's weird. They don't always do that for storms, but yeah, still kind of we've gotten a few flurries this afternoon, but not much. It's going to have a lot of catching up to do, I think, in order to get these, double-digit snow totals we're supposed to get. All right, we got another exclusive, Walmart exclusive here, Enchanted Star Strike. So that's Enchanted Light Core Star Strike. But once again, like I said, these boxes are in really nice shape. So VIPs are going to have first access to a lot of these if I don't sell some of them privately. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff to get through here. So especially if we stick with the monthly auctions, it may be a while before I get through all of it. Yeah, Gamer Andy, you like the egg cases? I mean, they look okay. They look okay, but they weren't my favorite. They're novel for sure, but eh. Are there any figures I feel are overpriced? Absolutely. Absolutely there are. I mean, it none of the figures that are selling the figures that are selling for more than retail, I mean, they're essentially overpriced. Like that it's all because of poor distribution, basically, is why things are cost more than they did originally. The supply is down, demand is still there, and so the prices go up. Like no figure is well, no, I take that back. The chase variants might be worth their price, but any standard figure like that's $100, $200, $300, yeah, they're overpriced. But what you gonna do when people continuously pay those prices? The price isn't going to come down anytime soon. What is my favorite Skylander? I'm going to let the chat take care of this one. What's my favorite Skylander? Come on. Come on. Someone's got it. Someone's got it. Who's going to be first? What's my favorite Skylander? What's my favorite Skylander? I know there's a delay here, but who's going to be the first one to type it in there? Who's going to get it for me? Which one's going to pop up? There we go. Gamer Bread's our winner today. Camo. Camo is definitely my favorite. DJ, LOL. Thank you. Glad you got that there. Andy, you got it too. People are learning real fast. Yes, camo's my favorite. All right. What else we got? We got a Trap Master variant once again. And like this kind of happened with the first batch of figures that we opened last week Wednesday. Most of what's in box yet feels like it's kind of the variants and other kind of special figures. Like they opened most of the standard figures and played with them and used them. Um, but then when they bought the variants, they didn't feel the need to open them. So a lot of what we have here are variants. Not everything, but a lot of it. So here we have Legendary Jawbreaker. This will be our Toys R Us exclusive, as all legendaries were. But yeah, once again, nice box, a little bit scuffed up here, but otherwise in great shape. So, Legendary Jawbreaker. Along that variant line, once again, we have Gnarly Barkley. So this one was always marked special edition. Don't really know why. Like it wasn't exclusive. Did this one was this Toys R Us exclusive in the States at least? I don't recall. Like if it was, I'm surprised it wasn't marked as such. But yeah, they just marked it as special edition. So got a little bit of a bend there. Yeah, there's a little bit of a crease in the card, but still, when's the last time you saw a Gnarly Barkley in box? Huh? Uh-huh. It's been a while for me. Maybe you have one. Maybe you see one every day. Martin, yes, it is a monthly auction right now, and I'm gonna keep it that way for a few months. We're gonna try it out for a few months. If we need to change it, we can, but no, I'm not currently planning on changing it. Yeah, the Toys R Us logo gives you the feels. I appreciate. Yeah, like I saw a lot of pictures going around as they had like mini Toys R Us set up in Macy's this year for the holiday season, and like I saw people taking pictures with Jeffrey and stuff like that. So like Toys R Us is still kind of around, but yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. All right. Um yeah, Courtney, Rattleshake is my favorite swapper. That's for sure. He's not my favorite overall though. Quick Draw Rattleshake was not a store exclusive. That was available pretty much everywhere. And I think it was originally part of a free to lay giveaway. And then it was available in stores afterwards. But yeah, that's it. Um do, 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 do. Okay, yeah, there you go. SCL Jillian have a favorite Skylander. There you go. Gear shift and Echo. Man, you have expensive taste, Jillian. Expensive taste. All right. What else we got? What else we got? Still going. We got a lot to get through. A lot more to get through this week than last week. So we'll try to keep this moving a little bit. So here's another Toys R Us exclusive. But we have oh yeah, that makes sense. It's legendary. I was gonna say I don't remember these being exclusive, but no, it totally makes sense. We have the legendary light fanged creation crystal in its original packaging with the comic and the what did this all have? This had the micro comic, the micro poster, and the creation crystal. Okay, so comic, poster, creation crystal. You can see this one had a little bit of rough life here. The hook broke off, and so they put the backup hook on there at Toys R Us. But yeah, otherwise in good shape. But yeah, these legendary crystals have been harder and harder to come by too. So there you go. But yeah, that was one of 3 to collect. You can see all 3 of them on the back there. We have them from time to time. I don't know if we'll have any more in here. I kind of think we probably have the other ones in here, but we'll see. Yeah, is Chompy my favorite villain? Yes. Yeah. Chompy or Bone Chompy. I'm always a little bit torn between the two. But yes. Yeah, Chompy is definitely up there for villains. I wish we would have gotten an actual figure of one. That would have been great. Good for me. Much better than Chompy Mage. We should have just gotten a Chompy. All right. Here's another Trap Master. Once again, a variant. Winterfest of the Lobstar in the box. Looking good there. All right. This one, not quite as exciting. You know what? I bet I know why this one's still in the box. So here's a Stealth Stinger. Just the standard Stealth Stinger. But I'd have to go back and look. I want to say the Nitro Stealth Stinger released before the standard version. And I'm thinking that's why we got why they left this one in the package, because they already had a Stealth Stinger to play with if the Nitro one came out first. Or even if they just picked it up first. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. So just a standard Stealth Stinger in the box. Yeah, I remember getting those back when they were new, but lost the comics. Yeah, micro comics. They're hard to keep track of sometimes. Courtney, yeah, these didn't have the standees. These were just the legendary traps are the ones that came with the comic poster and standee. The creation crystals just come with the comic and poster. Zook, why is Trap Team and Swap Force on Xbox One rare? Because they didn't make many copies of it. So back in the Swap Force Trap Team, Xbox One and PS4 copies in particular are very hard to find because those were new consoles back then. So it only made sense that they wouldn't produce a large amount of them, because everybody else was still buying it for the Wii and the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Like those are the consoles that people had, and they weren't fully invested in the next generation of consoles yet. And so it didn't make sense for something that was particularly geared towards kids and families to produce a lot for the next generation consoles. Nowadays, everybody has PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and all these next generation consoles. And so everybody just wants the PS4 and the Xbox One, but there aren't that many copies out there. And so, yeah, they're pricey. They're pricey. Toon Grump, I'm with you. I miss seeing these figures in stores. I noticed that too. There's two DJs in the chat. That's just gonna be a little bit confusing. A little bit. All right. Jeremiah, I'm glad your work schedule fits with live streams. I'll take it. Ooh. Can neither confirm nor deny my future presence on camera. We're halfway there, folks. We're halfway there. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. Galaxy Dude, welcome. Let's look at some more Skylanders. How about the Skylander with the longest name ever? It doesn't even fit on the box properly. We have Birthday Bash Big Bubble Pop Fizz around the corner. Like seriously, who thought this was okay? But it's our special birthday edition. Um, Still never figured out whose birthday we're celebrating. Like I don't think it was even like the anniversary of Toys for Bob or Vicarious Visions. I don't think we know Pop Fizz's birthday. Um, so like I don't know if it's some random developer or just hey, we're gonna make a birthday one because we don't have any holiday to celebrate, so we're gonna call it a birthday figure. I really don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, we got one of those. Box is a little bit bent up, but still intact. All right, all right, all right. What's my favorite Imaginator? This is a tie between Hoodsicle and Starcast. If you got to split it up between uh senseis and villains. But yeah, if I had to choose between those two, I might go with Hoodsicle just because he's more unique, I think. Um, but yeah, Hoodsicle and Starcast, the dark element in Imaginators is so good. So good. All right. By popular demand, we want Jillian on our screens. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not going to force it. It's completely up to her. Next up, we have another variant. One of my favorites. Not my favorite, but it's definitely up there. We have King Cobra Kadabra. King Cobra Kadabra. So I already loved Cobra Kadabra. I mean, the snake figures in general. Like Rattleshake was great. Best swapper out there. And then Quick Draw Rattleshake, best in-game variant ever. So Cobra Kadabra, great figure to begin with. King Cobra Kadabra, even better. Even better. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Chad, if you buy Trap Team, what should I get? You should get some Trap Masters and some traps. I know that's less than helpful, but um, like I would just focus on getting one Trap Master of every element and one trap for every element. Like that's the best place to start because that will allow you to access everything and play as all the villains and unlock all the areas in the game, collect everything. Like that'd be my number one goal. One trap master of every element and one trap of every element. Just to be able to access everything. Past that, it's personal preference. Yeah. It really depends just what you like. But yeah, go for it. Go for it. Um can we have a Chompy replace you for the next minute? You really just want a Chompy? I mean, there's Chompies all over. They're getting ready to pounce. It's like 6 of them back there. Chain Reaction is the best one. Chain Reaction's good. I'll give you that, but not my favorite. All right. Moving on to some more figures. Another one in an egg, but this one is actually not a variant because they just started putting standard figures in Easter, springtime packaging. So we have Punk Shock in the spring edition egg container. Looking good as always. Punk Shock, another fantastic figure. Oh. Oh. Okay, I was wrong. One more that started to fall apart a little on me. Hasn't completely fallen apart, but I don't mind this one either. So there's a Chaos Trophy. Possibly one of the most overrated items. But It is starting to fall apart here on the bottom of the box. So we'll see how long that holds together. But I mean, this item isn't that great, but I really do love what they did with the box, right? Bring the chaos to life. Like, so good. So good. Yeah, they had fun with these boxes. All right. Yeah, Galaxy Dude, there's plenty of people here who like Star Strike. I guarantee you that. Pie, you're in the middle of dusting off your Skylanders. Awesome. How often do you dust off your Skylanders? Yeah, there you go. Jillian loves Star Strike. Cool, cool. All right. What else we got? We got a creation crystal. New inbox creation crystal. Sure, why not? Undead claw. Take that. I don't know if anybody collects creation crystals in box. I'm sure somebody does, but we got one. You can still use them in the box. It's not a big problem, really. Jeremiah, yes, Skylanders is a really scary game for your wallet. Yes, we've all been there. We've all been there. It's especially scary when you're just starting out. But yeah, yeah, it's better now than it used to be. Like most of the figures, like I said, you can get most figures for less than original retail price. So at least you're not paying $10 to $15 for every figure. The majority of figures on my site you can get for $3 to $5. So not too bad. Pie cleans dusts your Skylanders 2 to 3 times a year. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. One more egg. I think this might be the last egg that we have in this box. How about an egg-sided Thrillipede that you can't really see because of that stupid reflection? And he's white. But yeah, egg-sided Thrillipede. Another one. Box had the sticker. You can definitely see it was a GameStop sticker. And it did not peel off nicely. Tore up the box a little bit. So won't be able to fix that. But egg-sided Thrillipede. Good to see. Chad, I'm not sure what you're referencing. Can I work out a deal for that dark trap? Like that I have in the shop? I mean, I don't know what kind of deal you would want. I mean, I sell them in the shop. You give me money and I send you the trap. That's about the deal. Uh Sariba, I don't know what you mean 9 months ago? Commenting on the stream 9 months ago. Are YouTube's dating systems off or something? All the comments look new to me. Yeah, you pay less than MSRP for most figures, but then the big three. Has anyone done the math on that to find out, like, with the overpriced figures and the underpriced figures, if it all averages out to about what it used to be when they were new? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Finally got a hair dryer this weekend for getting sticker tags off. Yes. Best solution I found. Best solution I found to get stickers off boxes. Take a hair dryer to them. And like anything that can produce low heat like that, like blow low heat. So if you have a heat gun and it has a low setting, that might work. But I mean, the hair dryer, I even put that on a low setting because I don't want to melt anything. Just want a little bit of heat to get those stickers off. All right. Like we have one more vehicle here, and it's a big one. How about the Buzzwing? Got a little spider web on there. Yeah, Buzzwing in box. Always happy to see. I mean, I'm happy to see the Buzzwing in general. Just we don't see that very often, but to get one in box, even better. So I'm sure there's still a few of you out there looking for Buzzwing. I know there's a lot of people looking for Thrillipede in general. Median, yeah, kind of wish Skylanders collecting became as popular as Pokemon. Um, but I think they'd have to consistently come out with new content for that to happen. And actually, it might be better this way that we don't have an ever expanding collection, and there's less competition, so we can keep the prices down, and so on and so forth. Indy recently made a bigger purchase for my store, even with the higher price figures. The average price per figure was only $7. Yeah, there you go. So even when you average in some more expensive ones, for an average price to be $7, it's still under original retail. So I mean that I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Galaxy Dude heard about this shop on a stream recently, and it's a shop just for America. It can be international. So here's the deal. It started out as just the US, but we have since expanded and we're continuing to expand it. In fact, today I just announced um, 5 additional countries that we opened up. So here's the new list. We ship to the US, obviously, but we also ship to Canada, Australia, UK, and then today we just added Spain, Portugal, Norway, Finland, and Denmark. So we're becoming more and more international. Um, I'm adding new countries every month. I don't know what country in particular you're looking for, but if you're not already on the list, there are more and more coming. So it's a process. It's not just push button easy. So I'm slowly rolling out more and more countries over time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Someday we can maybe cover all the countries. Probably not, but we'll get most of them. At least folks that request them will try to get your country activated. Pumpkin Face, did I play any of the iOS games? Cloud Patrol from the App Store. I did play Lost Islands. Played that most days, actually, almost every day. It was a good time waster. But yeah, I did. If you go check my other videos on this channel, I did find a Cloud Patrol arcade um, cabinet at Disney World a few years ago, and I showed that off. I've been told it's been taken away since then. I haven't been back to it was at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I haven't been back there to check it out. I should check that out next time I'm there. See if it's gone or if it's been replaced or if it's been fixed or what. But we'll see. We'll see. Um yeah, Toon Grump. Fine with Skylanders being little niche series. I agree with that. Um Content with no more games from the series. Yeah. I mean, people still like to collect the figures even without the games. So that's one of the best things about Skylanders is they're still collectible. Still very, very collectible. Skylanders kind of reminds me of Funko Pops because there seems to be no limit. Except there is a limit. Like Funko, there is literally thousands and thousands of Funko Pops out there. Um, your magic number, if you want to collect everything, Jeremiah, your magic number right now is 603. So like not even 1,000 items. There aren't that many out there. There's a lot less than Funko Pops. think there are currently so many people in Skylanders they need to come out with a new game soon. I yeah, I love it. I love it. But yeah, we got hand down stars and people like Matt. We'll see what goes on. Um, that that they're getting closer on that merger, which I think will be the beginning of the next wave of things happening over at Activision. But we'll see. We'll see. Um. Oh, Galaxy dude, you're in the UK? Yeah. Yeah, we ship to the UK right now. Go for it. Italian. So yeah, the next wave that will probably be coming out in March should include Germany, France, and Italy. So trying to hit most of the major countries there in Europe. Um, but yeah, Germany, France, and Italy should be the next wave. There may be a few others included with that. I have to do some more research, but I think that's going to be the next wave of them. Yeah, the cheapest you see Nightlight go for is 15. Well, there's a reason for that. The Light and Dark Trap Masters were new. There's only one of each, whereas like Water and Life Trap Masters, there's at least two to choose from. But yeah. Oh, Brennan. Yeah, you're there. You're down in Orlando. They fixed it. Awesome. 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 Checked about 2 weeks ago. Sweet. Okay, so Skylanders Cloud Patrol is back at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Go check it out if you're down there. It's at the arcade at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Glad to see they were able to fix that and didn't completely get rid of it. Um, and even after the shop update, he's still out of stock. Trap Masters are typically the first item to sell out. And then, of course, the popular Trap Masters, like Nightlight, are going to sell out first, even before all the other Trap Masters. So, I mean, we sometimes get anywhere from 1 to 6 in a week, but I mean, that only is enough for, at maximum 6 people. And so if there's 20 people that want it, well, yeah, there's still going to be 14 people that are disappointed. So just got to keep checking. We update every Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Time. All right. Scottish shipping. Yeah, Scotland should be included in the UK. So the United Kingdom should include shipping to England, Scotland, Wales. I think it might even include Northern Ireland. It does not include Ireland. But yes, Scotland should be fine. If it doesn't work, let me know. Bum, bum, bum. Gives you a headache knowing there's 600 figures. I, hey, what I always say is you get to decide what you want to collect because that 603 number includes all of the standard figures, all of the in-game variants, all of the chase variants, all of the little other bits and bobs that we have deemed as official collectibles. Um, so like if you just want one of every figure, one of every character, your number's a lot lower. It's like 150 or 170 or something, somewhere along those lines, less than 200. So, like I said, you get to decide what you want to collect. I'm not going to tell you what to collect. So your number could be smaller than that, and that's just fine. Don't let anybody tell you any different. All right. Bum, bum, bum. Dan, welcome. Glad you could join us. Great, Scott. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. What else we got going on here? almost, almost caught up. Wish I'd known about cloud control back in 2020. Yeah. Your bus accidentally took you there. I haven't heard of that before. Bus accidentally took you there. Courtney, off topic, what's in the box? Oh, maybe we should get back to the box. Let's go check it out. All right. Next figure, another variant from Imaginators. A lot of spring edition stuff in this box here. So there is your hard-boiled Flare Wolf. I love these boxes. Great artwork on top. But yeah, in good shape there. Brand new hard-boiled Flare Wolf. And I suppose to go along with that, you also have to have Egg Bomber Airstrike. Good looking stuff there. Reminds me of the days of actually unboxing these. Those are some old videos. It's okay. It's okay. I never expect anybody to make every single live stream that I put out there. That's unreasonable to ask. So yeah, you don't have to apologize for missing streams. It's fine. It's fine. Completely all right. Bum, bum, bum. Do I know why Skylanders stopped? I mean, not officially. I wasn't in the meetings or anything. They didn't announce specifically this is why we're quitting. I mean, I it's probably something between sales numbers and just what they wanted to spend their time on doing. Like I think the call came down from Activision probably. I think if it were up to like Toys for Bob, they'd probably still be creating Skylanders. But they don't always have that call when they're owned by somebody else. So some bigwig somewhere said no more Skylanders. All right. Speaking of Eon's Elite, we got a few of those. Actually, we got a lot of those. We may have all of those. So we'll start off here with Eon's Elite Terrafin. We can kind of power through some of these here, I think. These boxes are all in great shape, like I said. So this collection was well taken care of, and these Eon's Elite are no exception to that. We have Eon's Elite Zook. Nice looking box there. Brand new. Never removed from the box here. Everything's included. Eon's Elite Boomer. Great looking figures here. I mean, I personally prefer the first wave. I didn't really like the reposes, but it is what it is. Possibly the best Eon's Elite Ruptor. Just look at that red paint. Actually, it doesn't look quite as nice in the box. You take that figure out of the box, it really pops. But yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff. Eon's Elite Ruptor. All right. Do I think they'd end up doing a live service Skylanders game if they made a new one, or just release them less often? I really don't know. I mean, so much has changed in the video game industry over the past 5-6 years, even since they stopped putting out Skylanders. Like, there's so much they could do. I do think they go towards a more digital model with the figures or cards or whatever they might include. Like, they could go all digital, They could easily go all digital. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. The big part of Skylanders has always been a collectible. So it would be weird if they completely abandoned that, even though it'd be cheaper to produce. They also make less money. Actually, I shouldn't say that. If there are microtransactions in the game, people pay a lot of money for those. Um, UFO hat codes were only in games. No, no, they were all the pre-order cards. So you could get it from GameStop, Target, Walmart. Or wait, no, was it? Wait a minute, no, was that only Target? Was it the Target pre-order card? Does anyone recall offhand before I have to go look it up? The UFO hats were on the pre-order cards. Did it have to be Target? That that was the Target exclusive. That the reason for you to pre-order from Target was for the UFO hat, right? Right? I'm pretty sure that was it. Like that was a store exclusive thing. Anyway, um, would you rather new Skylanders game with no figures or highly detailed anniversary figures of some kind similar to the Elites? I mean, I would much rather have some sort of figure just because I'm a collector and I like collecting physical things much more than digital. Um, but I would take anything they give me, honestly, anything. Can we start a petition asking game company to come back with a new Skylanders game? I mean, you can start as many petitions as you want. I just don't think they really have that much influence on what a company like that is going to do. But yeah, I'm not going to stop you. It's got your original stealth out from 2013 down for dusting. Feels really nostalgic after handling more than 200 of them. That's interesting. That's interesting. I never thought about keeping your original one separate. Almost feel like you need to mark it somehow to make sure you always know which one it is. Put a piece of tape on the bottom or tie a ribbon around it or something. Skylanders without figures isn't Skylanders. That's a thought. That's a thought. But think about nowadays, the only way they could sell figures as much as they did in the past is if they target veteran fans or adults. I disagree. I disagree. I know many kids who are still into Skylanders as games and into the figures. Um, some of my nieces and nephews love the figures. Uh, I know other folks who have told me like they are buying the figures for their kids who are playing it for the first time. Like they have no idea that this game is 12 years old. Like they're still fun. They're still enjoyable. The magic is still there. And so I think they could still target kids. I think it would make sense to I think they still have to target kids for the games because that's not going to change. Maybe they can bump it up a little bit to like the teenage crowd, give us like an open world game, so it's not like Breath of the Wild isn't geared towards 6 year olds. Um, but yeah, I don't see a need to cater to the older fans because the older fans are going to buy it regardless. Yeah, toy aisles aren't doing so great. Kids aren't buying toys as much. They need better toys. They need better toys. Okay, it was Target. Thank you for confirming that. Um, what would you recommend to start off an Imaginators collection with a $60 budget? That's tough. That's tough. So what I usually tell people starting off with Imaginators is buy the starter pack stuff because it's cheap. So get yourself a golden queen, a king pen, and a fire reactor creation crystal, and maybe one or two other crystals just to give yourself some options to play around with. But then I would test it out and see, like, how much do you like actually creating the figures? Like me personally, I don't like creating figures as much. I like playing with pre-made characters. So I would rather put my money towards the figures themselves, the sensei. But if you really like creating figures, then I would lean towards putting more money towards the Imaginators, the creation crystals. Because those are, I mean, they're ultimately more powerful. Um, they were really the gimmick of the game. So like that is where you generally want to spend your money is towards the gimmick. Um, Eventually you're going to want to come back and, get one of each battle class and be able to unlock all the areas in the game with different elements and the battle classes. But like that, it's a little bit of trial and error to see what you like and where you want to focus. Like I wouldn't buy 100 creation crystals if you don't like creating figures. But if you buy the starter pack stuff, you can kind of test where you're at and see what you like without spending too much money. Yeah, I would take anything new for the franchise. Exactly. That's kind of how I feel. That's exactly what I feel. It's $35 for Gold Rush and Double Dead Trigger Happy. A good deal. They're both in good condition. If it's $35 for the both of them, is absolutely a good deal. If it's $35 each, that's roughly what I charge. I think I charge about 30 per figure. So I mean, that's in the ballpark. Um, it's not great. It's not a steal, but if it's $35 for both together, then yeah, take that. Courtney, yeah, Courtney does make a good point. If you're gonna pick up some more figures, you can get Crash will unlock a level, but Airstrike and Boom Bloom, no, there were level pieces there. So Airstrike and Boom Bloom do not unlock levels because they actually had level pieces yet. But yes, Crash would unlock a new level. Crash or Cortex would unlock a new level for you. Swap Force for PS4, the rarest PS4 game. So it's generally speaking, because it's the oldest, the hardest one to find. But Trap Team for PS4 tends to sell for more. So I don't know if it's just it's a little more popular. Um, like I think people in general, not everybody, but in general, like Trap Team more than Swap Force. So that could be part of it. Um, but yes, Swap Force for PS4 is definitely right up there with the hardest to find. It's either Swap Force or Trap Team. Um, I like that. Yep. Skylanders says not killed Sparrow, but revived it. I think that was the idea. That was the idea. Um, yeah, Pi. If you want to mark figures, like I just stick a piece of um like painter's tape on the bottom of the figure. Um, this is a camo that doesn't work in game, but I still keep him around because he's camo. But we wanted to mark that he doesn't work, so I don't try to get him to work. But yeah, that's kind of what we do with that. Yeah, Gamer Red. I'm if they didn't make the old characters playable in a new game, they would lose a lot of fans, I think. like that that would be rough. I know it'd be a lot of work for them to do that, but I think it's almost necessary at this point. Yeah, Jeremiah, your son enjoys Skylanders, got him from his cousins, fell in love with the figures in the game. Exactly. It has a lot of charm and a lot of passion. It does. It does. The people who made these games really cared about them, especially the Toys for Bob crowd. I mean, not that Vicarious Visions didn't, but it just feels different. I've always felt the Toys for Bob games had more charm to them. Who's my favorite light core? Pop Fizz. It's one they actually did right. It's a pretty low bar though because I don't like most of the light cores. Bip, what Sensei are good? So my two favorite Sensei, I mean, it's gonna blow your entire $60 budget. Is Hoodsickle and Starcast. Hoodsickle and Starcast. They're both dark element, but they're the best ones in the game in my opinion. Um, everybody's gonna have their own opinions. Like I said, you could go Crash or Cortex, unlock a new level if you're fans of them. I mean, Chaos is great. Like the expensive ones are the good ones, right? For the most part, with the exception of the big three. Um, like Chompy Mage isn't actually that good. um, but yeah, like those are my top two, honestly. Starcast and Hoodsickle, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Jeremiah, yeah, they did have a crossover during Imaginators. Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Neo Cortex are officially in Skylands. Never seen someone sell PS4 Swap Force. I've had it a couple of times. It sells pretty quickly. But yeah, I have seen Trap Team more often, but Trap Team sells for more. And so that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's just a popularity thing. I think yeah, Swap Force is harder to find. Pi, yeah, how's progress on the 5K collection tour? It's coming along. Not as fast as I'd like I said, I totally forgot I was going out of town the next week after we hit the 5K, and so that just threw off my entire schedule of things to do. Um, I don't have a lot going on tomorrow, and that's kind of top of my list is to get that video done. So I'm working on it. Really, really, I am. But I also have a business to run. There you go, Jeremiah. There's a way to prioritize things. All right, let's get back to this box. We got some more elites in here. I was in the middle of the Eon's elite, so elite trigger happy. Still got some sticker residue on there. Eon's elite stealth elf, looking good. Eon's elite dino ring. Eon's elite chop chop. So like I said, all of these elite boxes, with the exception of maybe a handful that have some sticker residue on them, are in really nice shape. So there's Eon's elite voodooed with his crooked axe there. Our other magic character, the original Eon's elite Spyro. uh, Martin, that's not one you have to worry about with Crash. Crash can work on any console. It was just DK and Bowser from Superchargers that were Nintendo exclusive. Crash works on all of them. Zook, should I sell duplicates to get money for? Yeah, absolutely. That's how I always finance my collection. Sell the figures you don't need to pay for the ones you need. Absolutely. Still need to get Hoodsickle. Use my Skylanders Grail. Yeah. Did manage to pick up one of my Lego Grails yesterday. And yeah, Drew has a question here. Pi, what is your Lego Grail? I'm curious now too. Can't mention the Grail and not tell us what it is. Although I suppose a lot of people wouldn't know what it is, but we got a few Lego fans in here. Um, Paul, what is an acceptable / decent price for Robo? This is an interesting question. Acceptable / decent. Right now, if we're talking just the Robo figure in good condition out of box, if you can get it for, I mean, I think if you can get it for less than 300, you're probably doing pretty well. If you can get around the 250 range, that's probably the best you're going to do, unless you find someone who doesn't know what they have. Um, but yeah, if you can get it between like 2 and 300, that's probably the best you're going to get right now. I mean, someone in the chat is undoubtedly going to chime in and say, "Hey, I got Robo for $50 the other day," or "Hey, I bought it for the original retail of, what was it, $30 in the pack, something like that, 25, $30." But yeah, nowadays, generally speaking, on the major marketplaces, if it's someone who knows what they have, like you're looking 200 plus for sure. Like I said, anything below 300 should be okay. Just based on current market prices, that's what you're looking at. Um, I would not pay anybody that's asking 350, 400 right now. Like, you can get it cheaper than that. Um, but I mean, if you see under 200, yeah, snatch that thing up. Like that doesn't happen nowadays for the most part. Um, if that pops up, it's not going to be for sale for very long. Like, somebody else is going to grab it if you don't. So, um, Dan's still working on your elites. Cool, cool. Chill's lips are blue. No, that is not rare. That's the standard one. So Mystery's music, as far as I'm concerned, what people were referring to as red is the same thing as people are referring to as purple. Like, I've gotten a few dozen of them come through the shop now, and they all look the same to me. So I think it was back in the day, people seeing pictures of them online, and some people called it purple, some people called it red, and it was always the same figure, the same shade. And like yeah, that's, I mean, all there is to it. Like, there's just two versions. There's the standard blue lip one, and then there's the first run of what I call purple lip. But I haven't actually seen something that stands out different than the purple. Um, got an offer for 220 euros. Are euros and dollars about the same nowadays? 220 euro to dollars. Yeah, so about $233. Yeah. I would say that's decent. So if you have the cash and you're willing to shell it out for Robo, yeah, I'd say 220 euros is a decent price. Ooh, here. Bionicle Grail. Yep, I was right. I don't even know what that is, but Drew might know. or some of the other Lego fans in here. So, um, yeah, very limited Toys R Us distribution. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sounds fun. Congratulations. I know how good that can feel hunting down one of your grails. Is Nightmare Express rare? No, not really. Nightmare Express came out not only in the regular pack but also in the legendary pack, except the level piece itself, there was nothing legendary about it. So the legendary level pack had legendary blades and legendary Hand of Fate. But the piggy bank and the Nightmare Express level piece itself were exactly identical in both sets. So there's actually like twice as many Nightmare Express figures out there. Because I mean, everybody only keeps everybody like bought 2 packs, kept blades and legendary blades and the Hand of Fate and legendary Hand of Fate, and then had a duplicate Nightmare Express. Kobe, welcome. Doing well. Doing well. Dun, dun, dun. Troy, yes, late as usual. The stream is same time every day. Don't know what to tell you. Jeremiah, so this $200 figure we're talking about, Robo, he was the last figure ever released. So that's part of it. He came in a level pack. The figure itself is what unlocks the level. So that's part of it. But more so, he was the last figure ever released. Not every store that carried Skylanders even got some of this figure. Like the game was winding down, distribution was winding down, stores weren't buying new product at that point because they had announced that the game was going to be done. And so some people never even saw this figure in stores. And unfortunately, that kind of skyrocketed its price, as especially now as Skylanders has started gaining a little more popularity again. Um, it's one of those, like I was talking about, I feel is overpriced. But based on the distribution, I understand why it's as expensive as it is. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's the price that people are paying. And so, like I said, unless people stop paying that price, it's not going to come down. So it's just a standard figure, other than the fact that it unlocks a level. But it's not even like a special variant figure or something. Pumpkin Face, have I ever had a damaged Robo? Yes, we have actually had one. It was actually just his little golden sensei belt that snapped off. So we had the piece, we sold it. Even the damaged Robo, I think, went for like $225 at auction. So they're fairly hard to come by. All right. Kobe, did you miss anything big? Well, you know how my streams work. I saved the best for last, right? So I mean, everything has been new in box so far. There's some good stuff out there, a lot of variants and stuff like that. But the best is yet to come. So why don't we get to some of that, right? All right. Got to finish up these Eon's Elite figures first. So we have an Elite Whirlwind. Nice and pretty there. Another one of my favorite Elites. Eon's Elite Ghost Roaster. There you go. Eon's Elite Gil Grunt. And that should be all of our elites. There was actually a Eon's Elite Slam Bam in here. But as I was looking at my collection recently, I realized somehow we didn't pull aside Eon's Elite Slam Bam for my collection. So I took that one. He's up on the shelf right now. But otherwise, those are the other 13 Jens Elite figures. But yeah, we still got like 6 items to go. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Jeremiah, are there any more figures that unlock special levels or do something special that are 3-digit? Yes. Yes. So most of the 3-digit figures are going to be just chase variants. They don't unlock anything special. But they're just figures that were randomly inserted in shipments that look different physically, but play the same in the game as the standard figure. So those I put on the back burner of your list. Examples of that are like this pink Barbella here. Like this is a chase variant. It doesn't do anything different than the standard Barbella figure in the game. It just looks different physically. And they're really hard to find. But the big 3 that we reference are Robo, Wildstorm, and Chompy Mage. So Robo and Wildstorm are similar in that they both unlock special levels. So those 2 are both triple digits in cost, and they unlock levels. Chompy Mage is different. He does not unlock a level, but he is a triple digit figure. And then there's some that go the other way, like we're talking about Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Cortex. They unlock a level, but they don't cost 3 figures. So I think that's the extent of it, really. There are some like Thrillipede, the original Thrillipede is now basically a 3-digit figure, but he doesn't unlock anything. He's from Superchargers. He's from a different game. So, yeah. Straw Desert, yes, welcome. You did join at the right time. Saving the best for last. Skylander Historian, my least favorite swapper. All right. Do we have any of my VIPs in here? Throw out some firecrackers for me. He's the worst. The absolute worst. Yeah. Kobe, when did I get the pink Barbella? I got I suppose nowadays it's about a month ago. It was on my last trip, not this most recent road trip that I'm talking about now with these figures, but about two trips ago, I guess you could say, when I was coming back from Florida, I picked it up on my way home down in Louisiana. So yeah, it's been about a month or so. It's one of my newest acquisitions. Duck, are Yansley go for sale or go to auction? When they're new in box, they tend to go to auction. But with the new auction format where we're currently only having monthly auctions, that may have to change. We'll see. Because I mean, what's going to end up happening is I just have too much product for the auction. So for now, there's still auction items, but that could change. When I get Yansley out of box, they go to the shop, but when they're in box, they typically go to auction. I know that Chaos is technically worth $40, but is it worth $40? I mean, I think so. Chaos is he's a lot of fun to play as. He's a powerful figure. Like, why not? It's Chaos. Once you place an order, how long do you think it'll take to get here? Chad, I couldn't tell you exactly. We ship all orders within 2 business days, usually 1 day. If you're within the US, it's usually about 3 to 5 days after that, depending on where you live, depending on weather, depending on how the USPS or UPS handles your package, if they get it lost or if it gets directly to you. So, I mean, the majority of the orders within the US get there in less than a week. But I can't guarantee that. If you're international, it could be anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks. Once again, depending where you live and and how long it takes to get through customs and all that stuff. Joey, where do I get my lots? I Anywhere that sells Skylanders, which is mostly online nowadays. I buy mostly from eBay. And then some people sell me their collections privately. So like this one that I'm showing off today was a private sale. They contacted me and said, "Hey, I'm looking to sell my collection. Can we work something out?" We did. Um, Straw, yeah. I'm glad you were able to sell those Skylanders boxes. And I learned something new in the process, that there is a market out there for empty Skylanders boxes, particularly Imaginator boxes. Those are the best looking boxes after all. Um, All right. Jeremiah, have a good day. Enjoy that time with your son. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the final items here. So we got like 6 or so items left. Oh, here's what we were talking about earlier, Courtney. Legendary traps. So also Toys R Us exclusive. These are the ones that came with the comic book, the standee, and the poster, as well as the trap. But yeah, these had the standee in there. Something different from the other ones. So legendary undead orb trap, brand new in package yet. Unfortunately, I mean it's in great shape. Unfortunately, if you want to use the trap, that's the one thing you actually have to take out of the box. Everything else can be used in box, but not those traps. And it looks like we got the other two here. So there is your legendary water jughead trap, new in box, with everything included there. Good to see. And your legendary undead skull trap. I really wish that they would have chosen another element. Like, okay, we got the water, we got the undead, and now we got a second undead. Great. Okay. I mean, I guess it worked with this color scheme, but yeah, just wish they would have gotten a little more variety. Yeah, those are in good shape. Cool, cool, cool. Do you think Deja Vu is overhated? I haven't heard that many people hating Deja Vu. Do people really hate Deja Vu? Do I sell normal mystery boxes anymore? Not typically. Not typically. I really only sell the damaged mystery boxes for the time being. We did sell some normal mystery boxes for Black Friday this year, but that was about it. Would you recommend Wolfgang? Seems like a good balance, relatively cheap, but still iconic. I mean, he's okay. He's not my favorite. I don't really care for him. Like I never really got that attached to Wolfgang, even as a villain. I didn't really like him that much. Um, I think a lot of people would disagree with me on that probably, but so me personally, no, but you can go for it if you want. If you like Wolfgang, go for it. Yeah. Do I own gold and bronze Doomstone? Yes, I do. Um, all I want is for them to release all the HD. Yes. Yes. Kleb, I'm with you there. Just give me HD remasters of everything. We're wondering how you calculate your prices. I mean, most of my prices in the beginning in particular um, was literally me going onto eBay, searching for a figure, clicking the little sold items filter so I can see what they actually sold for, not just the prices that people are asking. And kind of getting an average price there, and then usually going a little bit below that. Now that has changed a little bit since my shop has grown and I have more data to work with and I can see what sells and what doesn't. And generally speaking, if a figure continuously sells out in my shop, the price is going to go up. Because that tells me demand is high, the price is going to go up. If I have a figure that there's 20, 30, 40 of them sitting in the shop consistently, well, then the price is probably going to go down or at least stay the same. And those are my, $3 figures for the most part. Um, so yeah, it's all really based on supply and demand. And so that's why I tell people like when people ask which figures are rare, well, just go look at the prices. You can go on the shop and sort price highest to lowest. And that's generally going to be the case is whatever is the most expensive is going to be the hardest to find. Like that's just how it goes. It's supply and demand. Straw, when you sold me one of those mystery boxes back in the day, I could say it was great timing. Just bought an out of the box water jug head a few weeks before. It didn't have to open the box. Nice. Nice. I'm glad that worked out for you. Was there ever a stone magna charge? No. The only variant magna charge got was nitro. There you go. Paul recommends Wolfgang. 100% fun and strong moveset if you use him correctly. That can be said about a lot of characters, Paul. Strong moveset if you use them correctly. That's the problem, though. Any character that doesn't have a button mashing moveset, people tend to dismiss a bit because they don't want to think while playing. Jasper, are Eon's Elite characters worth buying? I mean, depends on what you mean. Are they worth buying? Are they worth it for their in-game value? Probably not. I mean, yes, they're like 3 times as strong and have 3 times as much health and stuff like that. But that's not worth the extra price to me. Are they worth it from a collector standpoint? If you're trying to collect everything and you want the fancy case and the box and the shiny box and all that stuff, maybe. I always scoffed at the original price. They were asking, I believe, $30 original retail. And I never paid that. I always waited for the buy one, get one free sale and got them basically half price then. And I think a lot of people did the same thing. So, but nowadays, it's kind of funny because nowadays people are easily paying $25, $30, $40, $50 for a new unboxed Eon's Elite figure. And nobody wanted to pay $30 back in the day. So I don't know what to tell you. Like it is what it is. Are they worth buying? I think it depends on your perspective and why you're doing it. Is the Gold Rusher a good vehicle? It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Skadoosh, we're getting to the biggest stuff yet. I have 4 items left. But yeah, we got a full set of Eon's Elite, new inbox, great condition. We got Hardboiled Flare Wolf and Egg Bomber Airstrike. Got a bunch of other variants and stuff. Everything's new in box. So I'll have to go back and watch for the full list, but unless somebody else has the full list ready, but I don't. Gondo, does that mean Stealth Elf is going up with Pi buying all of them? I almost should, except Pi wouldn't continue to buy them if I raised the price. I actually have to put them on sale for Pi to buy them. So that tells you something too. Like, yeah, no, not starter pack figures like that. What is Breeze worth right now? I mean, I've been holding back on raising my price because I think her price is ridiculous. On eBay and such, like Breeze is easily going like $120 at least, like in like the 100 to 150 range. I've just recently raised my price to like $95, I think. Like, I don't want to cross that $100 mark with Breeze. But if her price continues to go up, if she starts being like $150 regularly on eBay, my price will continue to go up as well. Um, it's figure we don't get in very often, so I understand the rarity point of view. Um, but man, that's a lot of figure. That's a lot of money for a little figure. All right. Was always searching for an inbox trap, but the one you sent was legit best quality. Yeah, I found some good quality inbox traps recently. I have a few more water ones. I might have a few other ones on the way. But yeah, inbox traps are definitely hard to find. Like the odd box shape meant they always got damaged easily. And like I said, traps were something that most people opened up because they're the one item you couldn't use in the box yet. There you go. Eon's Elite do help you in nightmare mode. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Um, what else? What else? What else? My opinion on High Volt and and the Shield Striker. Once again, middle of the road. The Shield Striker is great if you are trying to collect. This is its extra selling point. Is if you're trying to farm the gear bits, the money for the vehicles. If you're trying to collect a lot of those, um, the Shield Striker has it's an attack, it's an ability that is a magnet that can attract all the gear bits to your vehicle, so you don't have to actually drive around and collect them all. You can just drive near them and rake them all in. Um, so yeah, I mean, high volt's fun. Shield Striker's okay. Um, but yeah, not the best, not the worst. They're probably in the top half for me. All right. I think we're almost caught up here. We can get to the last few items. I know people have been patiently waiting for. Some people just just popped in. Um, Gondo. So yeah, Breeze and Pet Vac. So Pet Vac, yeah, you would think they were packaged together. They were both new characters. They should both be expensive, but that's not the case because Pet Vac came out in a couple other ways. Not only did we have the variant of Power Punch Pet Vac, which we just pulled out today, so that helps bring the price down, kind of like Chompy Mage and Jingle Bell Chompy Mage. But Pet Vac was also packaged in a buddy pack. It was a Walmart exclusive buddy pack that put um, Full Blast Jet Vac and Pet Vac together. So Small Fry had a similar thing. Frino and Small Fry had a buddy pack, and then Jet Vac and Pet Vac had a buddy pack that were Walmart exclusives. And so there were other ways, many other ways to get Pet Vac, but that wasn't the case with Breeze. This was the only way to get Breeze. And it was a late release, poorly distributed, all the same things I tell you about any other um hard to find figure. It comes down to distribution. Straw, will you ever put box items in your shop for a slightly higher price than out of box items? So, yes, that is coming soon. Um, I was hoping to have this out for the holiday season already, but there are a few roadblocks in the way. Um, the current plan is to introduce what I've talked about this before, but what I'm going to call the SCL outlet, the SCL outlet shop, basically. It's just going to be another section of the shop where I have anything that isn't a used out of box figure that I would normally sell in the shop. Things that would normally go to auction because they're not a used out of box figure. Uh, could potentially be found in the STL outlet. So that could include new in-box items, that could include damaged figures, that could include non-figure items, that could include amiibo, that could include Disney Infinity figures, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure about that one yet. But that type of stuff that I have to sell, that's not standard Skylanders figures. Because the shop is always going to be I want that to be the standard. What's in the shop is used out of box figures. So when you buy stuff from the shop, you always know what you're getting. You're getting used out of box figures. So anything that doesn't fit that description, push it off to the outlet. Favorite game, Spyro's Adventure. Can we get those big four skadooshed? I appreciate the enthusiasm, but it's okay. You just got here. You just got here. Everybody else has been waiting for an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Wow. We've been here for a while. We should get to those big four. It's really the big two, but I have 4 items left. So let's do this. Adventure Pack, Griffin Park Observatory. So you got your airstrike, your earth armor, and of course the Griffin Park Observatory itself to unlock the level. Adventure packs the way they should be, not like level packs that we get later. But this box is in great shape. Like I said, really nothing to complain about here. A little bit dusty. You can dust that off. It's okay. You can probably guess what this next one is then. We got the Enchanted Elven Forest Adventure Pack featuring Boom Bloom, the Air Lantern Creation Crystal, and of course the Enchanted Elven Forest level piece. One of the best level pieces in my opinion. Love the detail on that thing. Love the weight of it. Sometimes I just wish that it actually did more than just unlock a level. But yeah, there's that. There's that. All right. Oh yeah, Gil Grunt did have a buddy pack too. Gil Grunt and Gil Runt. Joey, yes, that's why Barkley is cheaper too, especially compared to Whisper Elf. Although Whisper Elf is unexplainably expensive, that shouldn't be the case compared to everything else. All right. Any dirt on Figure Focus? Nope. If you get any Disney Infinity, you're interested? I actually have a bunch of Disney Infinity right now. We'll have to touch base again and see if there's anything you actually need right now. Are you trying to get Golden Hot Streak to put in the shop and other Skylanders that aren't in the shop? Oliver, I am always buying Skylanders for the right price. If you have stuff to sell, let me know. Its status in the shop does not matter. Like as long as the price is right. Stuff goes in and out of stock so fast. We restock every week. Like at the beginning of last week, or wait, was that just last Saturday? Yeah, last Saturday there was the big update. There were very, 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 very few items that were out of stock. The problem is we only get 1 or 2 of these items in, and then even though they're in stock one day, they're out of stock the next. And so looking at a shop, especially midweek like this on Wednesday, Thursday, when the stock is kind of low, I mean, we could be getting those figures in on Saturday again, and then they go out of stock. So in stock, out of stock, things move in and out all the time. So Golden Hot Streak, I mean, yeah, I'd be interested if the price is right. If you're asking $200, no, then I'm not interested. But it all comes down to price. So if you have stuff to sell, feel free to get in contact with me. Andy, my trip was great. I thankfully didn't run into too much weather, so that was great. Sold your last breeze for 160. Nicely done. Joey, yeah, all of these have been well, we've had 2 that had kinda come apart. The first one I showed off was a Nitro Freeze Blade that was kind of, damaged. We still had the box, but it came separated. And then the Chaos Trophy was separated as well. Alright, let's get into yeah, Boom Bloom. There we go. I like that, some Boom Bloom love. We don't get a lot of that. Barkley was also available in the 3DS starter pack, yes. Troy, which Disney Infinity figure do you need? Now I'm curious. Alright, last 2 items. This first one, I haven't seen one of these sealed in box, especially in this condition, in a very long time. I don't think I've held one in box actually since I bought my own. If it tells you how hard to find it is in box. How about a land racing pack? Land racing action pack. So that is your Double Dare Trigger Happy, your Gold Rusher, and of course, the ever so hard to find land trophy. Like, there it is. There it is. So we got a land racing action pack. Yes, I know there's a few people out there that are gonna need slash want that one. And then yeah, that's some good quality. I like it. It does look nice in box, Kobe. I almost like it better in the box. Yes. One of the last 2 level pack items you're missing. I doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. Honestly, that land trophy is probably harder to find than any of the Imaginator stuff at this level, it feels like. Now, this last item is extra special because it was not in the original pictures that were sent to me. I actually did not know I was getting this item when I made this purchase. As strange as that sounds, I did not know I was getting this item. So let's see what you think about this one. How about a brand new inbox Wildstorm? Cursed Tiki Temple level pack. I have had one other Cursed Tiki Temple new inbox level pack like this in this condition. Like I I always say I hate calling things mint condition, so I'll call it near mint. Um, but yeah, like this is it. This is it. I mean, the only thing that's better than this right now would be Robo, right? And the fact that like I wasn't even able to include this in the purchase price really because they didn't send me a picture of it. So yeah, this was like a bonus item to me. um, but yeah, this is in like I said, I'm just out of an abundance of caution, I'm gonna call it near mint. But yeah, like it's a little bit dusty up top here. I can see that. But otherwise, like it's all there. Clean corners, clean edges, still sealed. Like we even got the seal on the bottom there. If you can see that tag in the middle. Like awesome. All right. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys appreciate that much as much as I do. Um, yeah, pumpkin face. I agree. That was a big part of the deal to leave out. Maybe they didn't know exactly how rare it was, or maybe they just forgot to send the picture. I don't know. But Gondo, well, first of all, happy birthday, early birthday. But yeah, yeah, that's not going to be a freebie for anybody. Um, Tropaz, if you didn't catch it, the big two items in the slot were everything is new in box. So we got like a full set of Eon's Elite figures, a bunch of variants, but the big two items at the end were the Land Racing Action Pack and the Cursed Tiki Temple level pack, both new in box. As much as I love having figures, out of box figures, or got Wildstorm, new in box, you'd never open it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Big three have their own shelf. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can play with them in the box yet. It it's a little bit it's a little bit wonky with these because like the figure's over on this side, so like you have to like balance it. Um, but it works. You can get it to work. So you could still use it in the box. Joey, would you be interested in Trap Team 3DS starter pack? Once again, for the right price. Like I don't need it for my collection. It would be to resell. So like my recommendation for things like that, if you just have one rare item to sell, go sell it on eBay. You're gonna get a much better price from selling that one item on eBay or Mercari or any other marketplace than you would selling it to me. If you want to sell it to me, great. I mean, cool. We'll try to work out a price that works for both of us, but my price is gonna be lower than you're gonna get selling on eBay. Courtney, you need that one too? Uh, yeah, yeah. I know there's gonna be a few people interested in that one, and that may go private sale. But if there's multiple people interested, we may have to get into a little bit of a bidding war. Um, who is my favorite in stock sensei? Bip. Unfortunately, I don't know who's in stock right now. So I mean, my guesses are it's probably Golden Queen, Kingpin, maybe Crash and Cortex. Like I don't know who else is there. Oh, Chopscotch is actually pretty fun. Chopscotch is underrated. She's one of those that doesn't have a standard move set. So if once again, if you're just button mashing, um, she's not going to be quite as good as if you actually learn to use her properly. So, am I keeping that Wildstorm is going to auction? I'm not keeping it. So it will either be auction or private sale. Like I said, I have some people I think who might be interested in that. And the thing with private sales is if you offer me enough money, I will take it off the auction block basically. Um, so yeah, yeah. If you make me an offer I can't refuse, I'm gonna sell it to you. But yeah, that's not something I need for my collection. I don't really collect in-box stuff like that of standard figures. Duck, yeah, most of these are going to be from March auctions. Like, there's no way I can put all of this up for auction. Like, just today alone was like 2 or 3 dozen items, and like I can't do all of that up for auction at once. Andy needs that. Awesome. Um, anyone remember how much the racing packs cost back then? Uh, those are probably. I think those are $30, weren't they? 29.99. Because I think it was like it, individually it would have been like $15 for the figure and $15 for the vehicle. but then they packaged them together, gave you the trophy, and said you're getting a deal for 30. They weren't 35, were they? No, I wanna say they were 30. But yeah, if anybody else remembers offhand, I'm sure I have an article about it somewhere on my site. If you search for, uh, racing action packs, you might be able to find a original price back there. Oliver, do I think there's any way to get a 3D printed Imaginator? No. Not an official one, at least. Well, unless you buy one off someone that has one, I guess, but not to print a new one. Yeah. Need Imaginate Minds and Choppy Mage to complete the big tree. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, straw. Unfortunately, just one-offs, very common stuff are hard to sell like that. Um, I just had someone buy out all of my food fights this week that I had it listed in the shop, and it was not Myconoid. Go figure. All right, yeah, there we go. Chopscotch. I like it. Oh, these are all in stock right now? Oh, that's better than I thought. Okay. Yeah, Chopscotch is good. Tri-tip's okay. Taekwon Crow is okay. Ambush is okay. Like those are that's probably why they're still in stock. They're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. Um, like personally, Taekwon Crow is probably at the top of my list just because he's a ranged character, and I prefer ranged over melee. Um, Chopscotch, Ambush, and Tri-tip, they're mostly melee characters. They're decent, and Ember as well. Yeah. Um, Out of those, I'd probably go Chopscotch first, then maybe Ambush. So, I mean, once again, Kingpin is a great figure too, but everybody downplays him because he's a starter pack figure and everybody already owns him. Um, but yeah, he's a solid figure. All right. Um, everybody's all over board. 27.99, 34. Yeah, nobody knows how much it actually cost. Here, let me see if I can find this. We'll do some live research here. Um, Racing action pack. Can I search for that? Um, see, did I have prices in this article? No, that just tells you what all the figures are and what all the packs are. Why didn't I put prices in this article? That was dumb. Um, superchargers. Ooh, superchargers knowledge. Gameplay, portal, Trav, spaces, online, light and dark, start packed. Do we have prices though? I don't hear pricing. Ooh, pricing. Oh, starter pack, vehicles, superchargers. Oh, the individual superchargers were only $12.99. Vehicles were $14.99. Hmm. But I don't have the action packs on here. That's weird. Um, Action packs, no prices, no prices, no price. Oh, here. Nope, triple packs. Shoot. Triple packs went for $29.99. Mm, I'm still not seeing a price on the action packs. Oh, there we are. There we are. Action pack, 34.99. Ooh, I was wrong. Yeah, Duck, way to go. You're the closest. 34.99. So 35 bucks for the action packs originally. Paul, thanks for joining. Have a good night. Yeah, chaos. It wasn't Mike. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, pie. Who would do that? They bought them at full price though. Well, everything I didn't already have one of a CL over the weekend. Nicely done, Troy. And thank you. Had 3 items that jumped out of my cart because apparently other people wanted them as well. Yep. 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 That happens a lot on Saturdays. Things come and go quickly. Um Interesting. Yeah, straw. I'm guessing you must have hit them on a sale or something. Let's see, 27.99 off at 35. That would have been like a yeah, that would have been a 20% off sale. So I'm thinking you must have hit them on sale. Yeah. Cooper, what's my shipping time like? We ship everything within 2 business days, usually 1 day. Past that, it's up to the postal service as to how fast they can get to you. So it really depends where you live, depends on the weather, depends on how they do stuff. But we ship things out as quickly as we possibly can. Um, so yeah, I like I said, within the US, things tend to arrive in a week or less. Outside the US, I mean, most places get there in like 1 to 2 weeks. It could take up to 4 weeks. But yeah, it really depends where you live. Zook, I don't know for sure. I've always kind of assumed that they are removed from your list after you buy them, but I don't know. So if you've done that, like if you've purchased something that's on your list, let me know if it's still there. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Kobe, have a good day. Um Auction preview, there is no auction this week. So there's no preview this week. The auction will be first Friday in March. So the preview will come next week unless I have my dates off. But yeah. So the March auction will be on March 3rd. So the auction preview would come out on March 1st. Troy, yes, the SEL VIP discount pays for itself. That's the idea. I'm honestly surprised more people don't use it. Duck just joined the VIP. There you go. All right. Straw, yeah. I would love to see Skylanders in store again. That would be the day. That would be the day. It could happen. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will be back on Friday for our weekly chat with Matt. You can check us out. Same time, same place. Actually, not same time. 7 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Be back here to chat about Skylanders and other things. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.